Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Frontline Football, the most laid-back sports uh, channel on YouTube. Now let's get into some football.
All right.
Okay,
So we got 5 wonderful stories today in part 2 of the doubleheader. We have Keenan Allen gets paid 4 years again. We have Josh Rosen going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have Clowney going to the Titans. AP went to the Lions. And last but not least, Hopkins is getting ready to sign the big bucks. All right, I will take it away with Keenan Allen extension. This was a pretty solid move. I mean, he's a pretty good receiver. And I think that you should lock him up. He's going to be good. He's going to get 1,000 yards most likely, 8 to 10 touchdowns. He's guaranteed production. He's a veteran, or he's becoming a veteran. He's not quite there yet, but he's got an experience in the Charger system. He's going to be really helpful for Herbert, who's a rookie, a baby boy pretty much, and he's going to be able to push him over the edge, I'm hoping. What do you think, Josh?
I think it's really going to be good to have Justin Herbert throwing to Keenan Allen this year and locking him in. Because, Justin Herbert is an organ. Blah. So he's going to be pretty good, maybe. We don't know how good Herbert's going to be, but we know that Allen's going to be good. So at least if Herbert does terribly, Allen will make him look somewhat good. So that's all we can say about it. Zach?
I agree with that statement. Herbert, if he plays like a Patrick Mahomes, or if he plays like some really good QB out there, or if he becomes his own like great QB, I think that he'll be like a stud, hopefully. And Keenan Allen will just help him so much with that. And if who knows, Keenan Allen, if he keeps up this production, maybe in the Hall of Fame. Jack?
In the closing statements of this story, I agree. If he's productive, Justin Herbert's going to not look terrible. If he's terrible, Tyrod Taylor's going to look good if he's in. I don't know if he'll be in. This is a good signing because they need to keep this Chargers team together. Wait another year for Derwin to come back so they can go on a run. But this Chargers team, I'm not really into them anymore now that Derwin's gone. I just can't have full trust in them anymore. But I think Keenan Allen and Mike Williams is still a pretty deadly duo. Alright, so that's all we have on that story. But next we have Josh Rosen is going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is this going to revive his career that's been pretty lackluster to this point? What do you think, Josh?
Okay, I think that since he's got signed to the practice squad, this will be an amazing deal that Tampa Bay has just done. Because everywhere that he's went, from Arizona to Miami, he was meant to fail. In Arizona, he had a terrible offensive line and probably maybe one good receiver in Larry Fitzgerald. So he was meant to lose there because, and then the coach got fired at the end of the year, and then the next coach drafted another quarterback, so he basically wasted a pick on Rosen because all the other coach wanted was Murray. So then they traded him off to Miami, where he was meant to fail to get Tua Tagovailoa, and now that he's in Tampa, he's going to be training under one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in Tom Brady, and being on the practice squad, he can learn a lot from Tom Brady. And I think maybe in a couple years, after Brady retires, he will be leading Tampa to the playoffs. Hot take. Just saying. Zach, your opinions on it?
Well, the reason why Rosen wasn't the Arizona Cardinals quarterback is because he didn't fit hit Cliff Kingsbury's system. I think it's great. I think it's great for Rosen because he gets to train under Tom Brady, who we don't know if he's going to be a system quarterback or not, but maybe he'll do well. He will do well probably in Bruce Arians' system. I feel bad for him because he's had to learn from so many different systems, but I think this is where he's going to stay. How about you, Jack?
This is an interesting signing. I think it was smart on Rosen's part because he could have gotten picked up, but he knew he wanted to pick a team, so he waited out instead of getting picked up on waivers, intentionally skipped out on it so he could go be the understudy to the GOAT Tom Brady. But this is his best shot, to be honest. He's had one flash where he beat the 49ers with the Cardinals, but he sucked in Miami. He has 3 wins in the Cardinals. Cardinals got rid of him for Kyler because that's Cliff Kingsbury's best bud, and he said he would draft him since high school pretty much. So that was, he didn't get a fair shot there. It was like, okay, let's see what he does in Miami. Miami's intentionally trying to lose, but he gets benched still, even then they're trying to lose. But they get replaced, so he's in Tampa. I hope that he can revitalize his career, but it's going to be I believe it when I see it because he hasn't proven enough to me, but at the same time, he hasn't had a fair shot. I want to see him on an equal level, not where these teams that had other plans in mind. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Is he going to be able to get up from the practice squad and become Brady's backup? Is he going to be the successor to Brady? Because, I mean, Bucks got some solid offensive lineman pieces. They got some great receivers. They got O.J. Howard, a young, promising tight end. Like, this team, once Tom Brady's gone, this team is still going to be assembled, so they're going to need someone to lead it. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So that's all we have on the Rosen story today.
Yeah. All right. Now, Clowney has just gotten signed to the Titans. I think that we should start this off with Josh. Any thoughts, Josh?
Okay. Good job for the Tennessee Titans for signing Clowney. I mean, he does bring some revamp to the defense, but you got to remember, he was pretty mediocre. And, I mean, coming from a first-round, first pick, he should have been dominating by now. I mean, think about it. He's been plagued by injuries. Even when he's on the field, he looks terrible. And what's his shining moment through all of this? Taking Carson Wentz's head off in the playoffs. This guy is a headhunter. He is basically, dare I say it, Vontaze Burfict 2.0. But at least with Vontaze Burfict, he at least showed that he could play the game. Clowney is just a headhunter and doesn't have the stats to prove that he should be a headhunter. So I say somewhat of a good move by the Titans, but I gotta see him do something besides headhunt.
What I
How about you, Jack?
Clowney is, he's Clowney. He's getting overshadowed by his draft class of Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald, who are being monsters in their sounds. He has a whopping 3 sacks in total last year, and he played most of the year. He didn't do much, in my opinion. He's kind of disappointing overall as a draft pick, and I guess he waited so long. It's clear there wasn't a market for him. He was asking for so much money, and he had to settle for $12 million. This is sort of a revamp in Tennessee. This is a 1-year lease. This is the guy where it's like, if you suck again, you're out. But if you're good, then we'll pay you. So we'll just have to see which way he goes. He has knee issues. I don't trust Clowney. I'm not buying into this. I don't think this puts the Titans over the top anywhere. And I'm not a fan of Clowney in general. Jets were rumored to be trying to get him, but I disagreed with that. I don't trust Clowney. He's overrated, in my opinion. He didn't bring as much as I thought he would to Seattle. He was solid, but not Khalil Mack, not Aaron Donald. Both 2 guys drafted later than him. What do you think, Zach?
I actually think that he could do well because, I mean, Titans kind of lost a little bit of their defense, just a little bit, but I think he could do really well, and maybe he can actually he can sack Watson or Rivers a few times. Hopefully, I'm hoping that Titans do decent this year. So, all right, I think that's mostly it. So now we're going on to Adrian Peterson, take it away, Josh.
Okay, so Adrian Peterson has just signed with the Lions for $1 million. Thoughts, Jack?
This is an intriguing move, in my opinion. I wouldn't call it necessarily bad. The rookie Swift has been hurt lately, and this guy proved he's not going to get 1,000 yards. He's not going to be this crazy monster, but he's slowly inserting himself in that Frank Gore class of immortality, football immortality. I think he's going to produce. He's going to get a touchdown or two, maybe 400, 500 yards. It's going to be like, wow, that was impressive. Because he kind of did that in Washington. I was pleasantly surprised by what I saw there. And I think this is overall a solid move. If DeAndre Swift, their rookie second rounder, is going to be injury prone, you might as well get a veteran plus a mentor, a great mentor to have is Adrian Peterson when it comes to running back. This is one of the legendary running backs, and he could really help Kerryon Johnson, who's a developing running back, and DeAndre Swift, who's a rookie. So this is a good deal. What do you think, Zach?
I think that he could be a great mentor between both of those guys because I'm hoping that DeAndre Swift is like really good. I just hope that it will be a nice thing for him because I don't think Lions have had a running back since Barry Sanders, like a really good running back. I think I agree with you on mostly everything that you said. How about you, Josh?
I say great move by Detroit signing this guy to give your new running backs some elderly help with Adrian Peterson. Because if you look at this guy's stats, he's obviously going down to the Hall of Fame. And he could probably teach these new guys some new moves or just things to help them get to 1,000 yards like he did, because he's had multiple seasons where he was an 1,000-yard rusher. So I feel like he's going to help these running backs in the Lions system become good, maybe great in some cases.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, he was MVP, so that's pretty impressive for a running back to be MVP. All right, so now we're going to go on to the DeAndre Hopkins is getting those big bucks. I think that this is really good for him because DeAndre Hopkins is basically a big game changer. I saw him in Houston. Oh my gosh, he was open while he was not open while he was open. It made no sense, but he can make those big plays and he was just amazing on the Texans. And he's gone with terrible quarterbacks. I think that this is great for him. Any thoughts, Jack?
This is good. This is a good step in the right direction because the number one thing your franchise QB needs is a reliable wide receiver. I understand this guy's not 24, 25, and he may not be in the peak of his prime, but that does not mean he won't be good. Julio Jones, 1,000-yard years, still in his 30s now. This is a good move because you need Kyler to have weapons in order for him to reach the full potential of his talent. And I think Cardinals, Kenyon Drake, DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray is the core of the future going forward. This is a good deal. Cardinals need to lock up Hopkins. They got him for a steal. I'm expecting a big year from Hopkins, and I think that this is great signing overall for the Cardinals, and I think it pushes them in the right direction. What do you think, Josh?
Okay, so I think that this signing could be one of two things. One, we're dealing with another Brown situation, or two, they could be the next Super Bowl team. I mean, it's really just how this deal goes. Oh no, Zach's opening his door. I don't know what that means, but oh no. I think he's coming over to my room right now to throw the book at me, so I'm probably going to make this quick, and it's like, oh, hey, Zach.
For the record, this is a very intense rivalry in this house between Cardinals and Texans, and it was a very rough day when Hopkins got traded to the Cardinals. And now both sides are in a heated rivalry over this issue.
Okay, so I say this could be a really good deal for the Cardinals in the future if Murray progresses to be somewhat of a star, unlike his counterpart in Baker Mayfield. If he doesn't become that, then this deal is going to be amazing for the Cardinals. So that's all I have to say. And Zach, don't you want your spiral back or composition book?
I'll take it back after the video.
All right. Is there any closing statements on any news stories we covered today before we head out?
Go Cardinals.
Go Texans.
All right, then I will say go Jets. That is all we have today. Do not forget to follow us on Twitter at FrontlineFB, Instagram, same at and subscribe, like if you enjoyed, and come back. This is the second part of Doubleheader. It's probably getting released Thursday and Friday, so you'll see what happens with Watson and Mahomes' crazy battle in Kansas City. And then don't forget to subscribe. News is coming twice a week now because there's so many stories, and you get predictions every Wednesday. I hope you guys enjoy week 1.